Hey guys, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here. You don't really often see my face in these videos. I'm here because I have an announcement to make. To keep things brief, the original plan at the end of this season was to head back to Skylake Village and see how things had changed since the Season 1 finale. Unfortunately, I had some technical issues a while ago and I had to reinstall Conan, and thus Skylake Village was lost. However, still had some story I wanted to tell there, and thus came the perfect opportunity to do something I have wanted to do for a good while now. Therefore, I am happy to announce that my first book, The Village in the Witch Eye, is now available for you for free. I would have put it on Amazon, but they're not really a fan of permanently free books, so you can get it for free through the Google Drive link in the description and the pinned comment. You can read it, download it, print it, the file is yours to keep. It's a 19-page story set years after Season 1 of Settlers, and if you've enjoyed some of my darker story-based videos, you are indeed in for a treat. I've been writing for a little while, sort of as and when it takes me as a side thing, but this is my first public release, so I really hope you do enjoy it. Again, you can get The Village in the Witch Eye for free from the link in the description. Feel free to let me know what you think of it in the comments here, Twitter, Discord, wherever. I am really excited to hear what people think about it, and if people want more in the future, that's something I may have some plans about. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to what you are here for. The finale of Season 2 of Settlers. Enjoy. In the morning sun, as the Overlook burned, the Darfari chief sat next to the corpse of his Yargan adversary. Gazing upon the altar of Yog, the flames within had calmed to embers. He thought of Tella, wondering what strange magic had brought her back to the mortal realm, if only for a few minutes. Elsewhere, the few remaining Darfari worked to extinguish the fires that had survived the rain cast down by the blackened sun on that night of horror. Once the battle had finished and the fire extinguished, the Yargan chief's body was dragged into the jungle and left to the wildlife. The corpse was devoured quickly, not even bones remained after the serpents and apes had fed on his corpse. The sun rose once more upon a jungle free of war, with not a single trace of the ghastly Yargan remaining. The tribal chief gazed across the Overlook filled with renewed fervour. His remaining people had been hard at work rebuilding their camp, joined by other disparate Darfari that had retreated to the fringes of the desert upon the war's wake. The chief regarded them cowardly for not joining the melee, but regardless, he was happy to see the Overlook beginning to return to its past glory. The Darfari had made rapid progress on the restoration efforts. By the grace of Yog himself, they had been bestowed a blessing but a mere few days after the slaughter. With the Yargan gone and the flames extinguished, the Darfari chief drudged through the jungle in mournful solitude. During his musings, he had encountered a mysterious woman setting what he thought were traps for the local animals. Draped in earthen cloths, she soon revealed that she had not in fact been trapping the animals, but rather laying different foods to research their behaviour. Peeling back her hood, she revealed herself as a woman named Tara, a naturalist that had lived alone in the jungle for the past few years. She explained that she had noticed the smoke rising above the jungle a few days before, and thinking it a wildfire, had been laying food for the animals that had escaped the blaze to further her own discoveries. Walking back to the Overlook with the chief, Tara found herself within a home decimated by war. She saw that, whilst the Darfari were strong, they were few in number. She began to lend a hand with the reconstruction of the Overlook, showing the Darfari new ways to build and improve their homes. She even introduced them to a treatment she had developed using volatile glands, rendering the wood waterproof and fireproof, preventing leaks or flames from taking hold. This knowledge helped the Darfari to reconstruct their homes that had previously burned to ash, using their new techniques to build sturdier and better designed houses. She also met with Waraka the craftsman. She helped him to develop his crossbow, strengthening the design and making it easier to create, allowing the Darfari to hunt the local wildlife with great ease. Though Tara herself did not partake of the meat, she was glad to see the Overlook and the people within slowly recover over the coming month. Once the Darfari were able to sustain and house themselves once more, Tara took her leave quietly. A reserved woman, she sought not the company of others, but rather the refuge of her home high above the jungle, watching over the beasts below. She occasionally looks out across the jungle in the direction of the Overlook, hoping they're doing well. As new Darfari tribe mates slowly begin to join the Overlook, the village begins to recover. As the sole residents of the now peaceful jungle, raiding parties were sent to tear down the empty Yargan camps. These expeditions provided the Darfari with ample resources, even some forms of fashioned metal they had been incapable of acquiring before now. These blades were given to the strongest fighters in the camp, should another war descend upon them in the future. The final remaining Reaver, Lasedi, took to training the new females in the way of the Reavers. Traditionally, the role had been passed down from parent to child, but with so few Darfari remaining, it was indeed time for a change. Abana, the remaining Berserker, chose to follow suit, helping to teach some of the strongest fighters the way of the Berserkers, serving as a harsh and stoic leader, hardened by the bloodshed he had endured. Though their witch doctor had been lost in the battle, the Darfari found themselves blessed once more by Solone, the son of Dahab the carpenter. He had never really shown true proficiency in carpentry, but witchcraft and horticulture seemed to call to him. In but a single month he had managed to learn what many would take years to discover. Whilst Dahab is still searching for an apprentice to fill his boots, Solone provides tinctures and herbs for the tribe, every day getting closer to mastering the art of crafting their tribal masks. Atop the guard tower, the chief falls into contemplation. He thought back to Tella and the glance she had given him before she fell back into the flames. Perhaps one day, when the cannibal god beckoned him to the bloodied halls, he would meet her again. Until that day, he was left only with her cursed ashes from the pit of Yog. Retiring to his home, the tribal chief lays down for some well-deserved rest, his trophies of war watching over him, as a renewed peace fell upon the Overlook. Thank you for watching. Season 2 has been a tough ride testing my abilities in storytelling and building with a culture and style I was unfamiliar with. Again, you can get my first short story, The Village in the Witch Eye, the final tale in the saga of Skylake Village, for free through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Thank you for enjoying Season 2 of Settlers, and of course a massive thank you to all of our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists over on Patreon. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.